When I was a young child, and even as I grew into a young man, I often looked at the mountains and wondered what they might hold. I cherished going into the high mountains with my family and friends. One experience I held close to my heart was spending time with my grandfather in camp after a long day of hunting. Something about the high mountains captured my heart and soul. Life has taken me to many different places. While I was stationed in Germany as a soldier with the United States Army, I was unable to hunt or enjoy the higher elevations. My heart always seemed to be with the beauty of the mountain ranges in the United States. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and my life suddenly changed. PTSD caused major turmoil in my life. With several relationship failures and a career failure, I am just now learning to grapple with this illness and come to terms that it will be a part of my life until I die. PTSD has no cure. Only those with this disease can learn to manage it and keep it under control. Until I was diagnosed with PTSD, I never really took hunting seriously. I remembered the beauty of the high mountain ranges, and I came to believe that just maybe hunting would help me learn to cope with PTSD. My innocence had been lost after experiencing the death of others through my job in law enforcement and my experience in the military. I often looked at my young daughters at home and see the innocence in their eyes and smiles. The mountains have always been a view of pureness and innocence to me. No one can change that about the wilderness. I have challenged myself to go to the extreme and take on deep backcountry hunts across the nation. The first challenge will be in my own backyard, the Pine Valley Mountain Range. The range is a beautiful and scenic place. No roads are on top. One of the largest laccoliths inside the United States. Elk, deer, wild turkey, and predators such as coyote, mountain lion, and bobcat roam this mountain range. My personal goal while exploring the backcountry is to search into my heart and soul and try and find my childhood memories. I often go back in my head to the memories my grandfather and I built while hunting, to accept PTSD and to learn how to overcome the moods associated with it, to learn to fight my weaknesses and to overcome it with the courage and strength I once had. This is the beginning of a new journey, and I will push myself to reconnect with my past and learn to once again enjoy the serenity and beauty of the high mountains that beckon and call my name. I started early one morning on this new journey with the Pine Valley Wilderness in my sights. My hike took most of the day to reach a higher elevation. I gained almost 4,000 feet in just under 2 miles. As the wind glistened and cooled my face, I felt a sudden relief from the city life. I set my camp up at just over 8,000 feet. I enjoyed the beautiful views of Co-op Canyons off to the east. As the sun started to set, I reflected back on my life and how PTSD has affected me. PTSD has given me nightmares seeing some of the horrors I witnessed while deployed in Iraq, as well as law enforcement officer. Having nightmares and flashbacks is not something that one should experience, but it is a part of my life and will be until my end. I was able to capture the beauty around me on camera so that I could share these moments with family and friends, as well as anyone else who might be interested in seeing the beauty I was enjoying. The next morning arrived and I made myself a cup of coffee. I found myself missing my wife, Michelle, and our daughters, Gracie, Michaela, and Lily. But there was no turning back. I checked in with my wife as often as I could, but I had to concentrate on navigating the higher elevations. I hiked for another 3 hours and then located a good-sized deer shed. If you have never had the experience of finding a shed from a deer or elk, then I am not sure if you would be able to comprehend the joy I feel when finding them. It's like Christmas morning back when I was a young child. I moved camp to an area that was rumored to hold elk. After setting camp and searching for sheds for most of the afternoon, I was only able to locate some older signs of elk. I did find native mule deer roaming this area. To me, this was not a failure, as beauty always seeps into my blood when seeing them roam free without worry. Before dark, I set up to call for predators using various distress and locator calls. Nothing came into this set until I moved to recover my call, and I caught a quick glimpse of a lone coyote moving towards me, but as soon as he came into view, he disappeared into the evening shadows. Coyotes are a tough animal to entice to answer a fake distress call. I have had much success calling them in, but this time the coyote won. It is common for coyotes and other predators to be smarter than what us hunters take them for. Afterwards, I walked slowly back to camp feeling I had failed the journey thus far. But as I faded off to sleep, I thought of the next day and what it might hold for me. I am always excited for the morning while enjoying nature and what I learned from it. Almost as exciting as when I witnessed the birth of my children. Something about nature seems to excite me, and I feel this is the answer. This is a way to learn how to better manage PTSD. PTSD takes the lives of 22 veterans each day. I am hoping to spread my findings and experiences about the outdoors and hunting to help save or aid others, to do my fair share to help veterans. I will not let my illness stop me from accomplishing my aspirations. I will not let the pain from my back injuries get in the way of my goals as well. To all my friends and to PTSD survivors worldwide, I would encourage and invite you to experience Mother Nature, to see and enjoy the beauty that she holds for us all. Until then, you will not be able to see exactly what I experience with the outdoors and hunting. As a matter of fact, I encourage everyone to try something new. Here is a quote for you to enjoy and ponder on. If you know the outcome of your life, then your life is over, by an unknown author. This to me means that if I live my life every day the same way, I will dwindle down and PTSD would overcome my will. I will never apologize for who I am or what I have become. The life of a hunter is what I choose. I will fail several times, I am sure, but if I fail, I will get back up and keep pushing myself to accomplish the same goals that I have set for myself. How many times did Thomas Edison fail before he was successful at inventing the light bulb? Did he ever quit? He did not. And that is what sets successful people apart from unsuccessful people. Quitting will only cause you to never know what could have happened. This is something I will not accept. As Thomas Edison said about his failures, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. I welcome anyone to join me in my journey so I can pass along what I have learned over many years of experience.